think it was Phoenix. I couldn't really see your name. I'm trying to get everything adjusted because, you know, the sun is going to be my lighting and that could be kind of tricky. All right, hopefully that works. I feel like I'm going to mess up my chair. Hi, Stargazer Lily. Oh, wait. Y'all had to bear with me because I don't know how to do. Okay, there it is. You ordered the cream, the Chebe cream, and it's supposed to arrive today. Well, I'm glad you're on the journey. I'm glad I inspired you to take it. I love Chebe. So, all right, where did you get your Phoenix? Where did you get your cream from? And Stargazer Lily, where did you get your butter from? I'm gonna be applying the traditional Chebe today, and if you guys have any questions about anything, um, you know, feel free to ask me. It's gonna probably, depending on how many people get on, depends on how long the live will last. But I'm gonna be here a while just because I have to apply all this stuff to my head. I can't see the first name. It said McGriff. Hi. Is it Jamar? I can barely see my screen with the comments, at least with the sun. I'm applying Chebe outside today. It's really warm out and I don't have to worry about cleaning up a huge mess. I can just, you know, sweep it in the grass type thing. And I'm applying the traditional powder today because I am out of butter. Well, not completely out, but you know, it's like maybe a quarter sized amount of my butter left. And I didn't feel like I should apply that much because that would probably only do one or two braids. And that wouldn't be good. And fell off, but I wanted to try the cream. Okay, so it's the butter. You're just calling it a cream. It is creamy though. Okay. Let me know how it goes. Is this your first time using the butter? I ordered the powder off eBay and make my own butter. Nice, nice. I tried making my own butter a few times, and the texture of it was really nice. Like I've tried the thicker butter, and then I've also like whipped it so it has more air in it, so it's more fluffy and light. And I love the fluffy and light one. It's like really, the texture is so silky and smooth, but it doesn't work for my hair. Like when I make my own butter, for some reason I'm not getting it the way that the one that I use that you guys that I show you guys, like the bought one. It doesn't turn out like that, and it doesn't treat my hair that great. So I stopped making my own butter for me. My butter, the butter that I make myself, the Chebe butter, when I make it myself, it works great for my kids. But for me, it does not. My hair does not like it at all. Like it'll go on my hair, and it's like it acts more like a leave-in conditioner than it does like a butter. So yeah, I had to go back to the butter that I normally use. But if you're just tuning in, I'm going to be applying. Okay, so at least we're on the same page. How did your powder from eBay, the Chebe powder, how is it? Is it like the normal one? I had to run and get a rubber band. Yeah, if you can figure out like, and maybe the butter, if you whip it and stuff, if it works for your hair, great. It may work out, but like the butter turned out perfect. Like it smells great and it looks great and it feels great. It just doesn't work for my hair great. So, but definitely experiment. And if anybody is wondering, if they want to try Chebe, the traditional one, like they just the powder, being on lockdown, this is like the perfect time for you to try it. You don't have to worry about going out. You don't have to worry about, smells, what other people may think. You can get adjusted to it before, you know, you decide if it's for you or not. And then you don't have to worry about what some people say when they get strange looks because their hair smells. Uh, is that Phoenix? Yes, it is. The Facebook group is back open. I'm in it. It was closed, I guess, temporarily, but it wasn't really closed. I just like archived it so you could still look at it, but you couldn't comment or anything. But now it's back open all the way, so you can definitely, go on there. But I'm gonna be using some traditional powder. I still have some left from way back when. I'm just putting it in a container. I had it in a smaller bowl, but it broke. My kids broke it. So I'm just using a different container now. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm not like a hair expert or anything. I can just tell you what I've done, what I've tried. I've tried a lot of stuff with Chebe to see if it would work and all that good stuff. So, but of course, everybody's hair is different. So your hair may like something that my hair does not like. So, but I'm applying traditional Chebe. And of course, it requires grease. And this is the only grease I have. So this is what I'm going to use. And this is just the cheapo. Well, Blue Magic is the actual name brand. So it's Blue Magic. And then this is just olive oil. The same kind you buy out of the grocery store on the cooking aisle. And it is the extra virgin olive oil. I wonder if they make like non-virgin olive oil because they always put that on containers. I wonder what the difference is. Like I never seen a container that didn't say extra virgin, so it's kind of weird. And then I have some water. And I'm outside because I'm gonna soak up some vitamin D. It feels good, and I don't have to worry about cleaning. So the last time that I put Chebe in my hair, or just any kind of Chebe, including the butter or the last time I put it in was last year. But the butter, um, I haven't applied it since the 30th of March. So I have gone, what is today? The 16th? 16, yeah, like 16 days. 16 days without applying. So yeah, if you want to comment or anything or ask me anything in the Facebook group or post anything, it is open. I figured a lot of people would want to ask about Chebe or, be looking at stuff related to it since they don't have a lot else to do during this time. What have y'all been doing? Like, have y'all started any new things or got to do something that you didn't usually have time for? Like, how has this affected you guys? Like, I know a lot of people are enjoying, not having to work type thing. Has anybody maybe started, I don't know, knitting, crocheting, What else? Gardening. Um, I don't know. What have you guys been up to? I started a garden in cups right now, though. It's not a full blown, tilling the ground and that type of thing yet. Yet. But I do have a garden. I started one with a whole bunch of different fruits, veggies, and herbs. And I even started a compost pile. Yeah, don't fly away. I'm not getting much shedding from that section. It's like maybe 4 or 5 strands. See how carefree applying outside can be? You don't have to worry about any where anything falls. Anybody did anything new or picked up anything that they had to put off for a while? Now that we have a lot of free time. There's a tad bit more. All right. I had to think about what I was doing. I hadn't applied it in a while. All right. So water and then it's oil. I promise I know what I'm doing. Wink, wink. I hope the sun stays on me until after I'm done with my hair. If not, I'm gonna get really cold. And if you're wondering, how's my hair been doing, if you've been following like my Chebe, I'm scared my powder's gonna fly away with this wind blowing. Um, if you've been following like my hair, since like the end of last year, like I reached about right in here with my longest strands, and then I got it cut. She took off quite a bit, and then you want to start from the top or the bottom. This bowl isn't may not be a good option for what I want to do. Um, but yeah, so I was like pretty much I was past what they call waist length. I was like almost tailbone, and then it got cut. I can't see if anything is some on there. And then it so I got it cut, and then I went back. I think it was like the end of February or something like that. I can't see a thing. Um, and then she cut it again. It wasn't as much as the first time. She kind of like dusted or trimmed, whatever they call it, my ends again. But even with all of that cutting and trimming within what, December to February, 3 months. Got my hair cut twice in 3 months. I think it still did pretty good as far as growth, because it is still past where she cut it to the first time, if that makes sense. So she cut it about to my bra. No, it was past my bra the first time, and then she cut it again, and it's still past my bra. So I think that would mean my hair is, doing pretty well. Still growing. Um, this is messy, and I don't think I'm gonna like it. as far as like braiding, because I've been braiding with the butter. This is why I said I'm gonna be either live for a long time or just doing my hair for a long time, because I braid slow and then it's like gunky. But I think my hair is still doing pretty good. It's still growing and I'm not doing much to it, and so I think that's still good. And I know I told you guys that when I went to her the first time, she was telling me like my diet, of course with some other stuff, but it could have been affecting like how my hair was growing, because I had switched from um, we were eating meat. We had switched to turkey and chicken for a while, and this is like over the span of some years. So this wasn't like all at once. We kind of gradually did it, but we were normal meat eaters at first, and then we switched to just chicken and turkey type stuff, and fish, seafood, and then what else? Then we stopped eating the chicken and turkey, and then we just stuck with fish or seafood for a little while, and then we transitioned into plant-based. So she was saying, every time you switch your diet, um, especially like how we were kind of drastic, you know, your hair kind of has takes a while to adjust to all the changes that you're doing to it. So that could have been a reason that my hair wasn't um, like, I think it was like a 3 month period where it kind of like halted, or not halted, but it didn't grow as fast as it was. Like I would go maybe a month and I felt like I didn't have any growth at all, and then the next month I would get a little bit of growth type thing. And I normally get that inch a month, so it's very noticeable to me at least when my hair is acting a little different. But she said that could be the reason. And then when we switched to plant-based, it was like um it was a struggle because it wasn't easy, because we were trying to follow the alkaline Dr. CB way, and that is not easy. It is not easy at all. I should have brought a towel. So yeah, I think I need a towel. So yeah, so we kind of struggled when we were transitioning into plant-based, so we were kind of back and forth during that time, I think, when my hair kind of halted. So yeah, now I think it's kind of settling in. It's getting used to the plant-based and all that good stuff. And I guess also when you learn what you're actually supposed to eat with a plant-based diet, you can kind of get all of the nutrients and things you need versus lacking in one area because you don't really know what you're doing when you first transition all the way, or you could know the stuff, but it's hard to kind of figure out meals to eat during all that time, especially when you're already hungry. So I think once you get used to it, well, since I've gotten used to it, um, my hair is starting to readjust and starting to thrive again because I got it figured out. So yeah, I said all that because I said I started a compost, I think, and that's why I started a compost, because like we have a lot of like leftover parts of fruits and veggies and things that could go and make me some soil since I'm trying to be a gardener. All right. I'm using my hair as a towel right now to wipe my hands so that my Mr. bottle doesn't get clogged up as bad or get as greasy, because it'll be hard for me to grip. I'm probably going to wind up and getting a towel anyway. I forgot what all I needed to apply traditional Chebe. It's been a minute. No, it wouldn't be December. It would be more like November, I think. Yep, the sun is starting to go away and it's starting to get cooler. I should have did this earlier. You see the little pieces of butter stuck in there. Let me see if I can see. Did y'all tell me? Yeah. 3 to 5 days with the butter, but your results, I think I could go maybe a week to see. And if I see if I can go longer. Yeah. Yeah. The original suggested method from the women in chat who do this, who've been doing this all their life and stuff like that. What they said in the original video from Miss Sahel was they apply it every 3 to 5 days. Um, so yeah, if you're just starting out, you may want to stick to the recommended guidelines if you want to, definitely test and see if it works for you. Um, but the first time when I first got Chebe, I did try to stick to the recommended guidelines. I checked my hair 3 days and it was still moist, so I didn't do anything. And then I checked my hair 5 days and I was like, it's still moist. I'm not gonna redo it. I'm just gonna see how long it takes for it to kind of start drying out a little bit, and then I'll reapply then. And it wound up being the first time I did, I think it wound up being like either 7 or 9 days, and my hair was still, pretty moist. And I was like, "Yo, this is what I need in my life," because I had extremely dry hair. Like my hair would never ever hold moisture without me doing my hair every day. The only time it held moisture without me doing anything was the greenhouse method, and that was with me, like having that a little bag on my ends all day. Like I would have a bag on under my wigs and stuff for my hair to keep moisture. But as soon as that bag came off, it was like a few hours before my hair got dry again. Doing the LOC method with the greenhouse effect or whatever it's called. So yeah, if you're just starting out, I would say, and you're trying to see if it works or something like that, you may want to stick to the recommended just to see what your hair needs. It may need it to be reapplied on 3 days. It may need to be reapplied on 5, or it may be like my hair and can be reapplied whenever you do it. I have no set amount really. I think the longest I went though was a month. I went a month without reapplying, and my hair did fine. It held moisture. Now it wasn't like soaking wet like after I first do it, but it was still not dry at all, nowhere near dry. After that month of me not touching it at all. So yeah, I would say I try to do it every 7 days, but I would be lying because 7 days is still a lot to me. So I try to do it like between 9 and 14 days. So I would say averaging every 2 weeks, because I think it's been 16 days now since I've done anything, and this is with me not having a rigorous schedule like I'm used to. So I would say, definitely try it out. Listen to your hair, test it out, see how long your hair can go without it. You may be one of those people who can go a long time. And I do not put shea bag. It's flying around in my face. I don't put it on my scalp. Just in case people were wondering, I have heard of people putting it on their scalp. People from the group, they said they put it in their hair and they didn't have any issues. I've never tried to put it in my hair. I mean, on my scalp directly. Of course, it's gonna eventually leak there, but I've never tried to put it on my scalp directly. So if you want to try that, that'll be your little hair experiment. But you can definitely, possibly, I do, go longer than the recommended 3 to 5 days. And I've also gotten asked a few times, like, it's messy, and it's especially like the first few days after you reapply or after you apply. Um, it's like everything your head touches is gonna leave a mark, and Chebe can stain clothing, and it probably won't stain like walls and stuff too bad because you can kind of wipe it off immediately type thing. But definitely like clothes or towels or things like that, it will stain. Like it'll leave um, brown marks. So if you are trying Chebe and you have maybe like some nice pillows or something like that, you can either sleep with a bag on your head. Be careful with doing that though, because it'll it'll benefit your hair a little bit because it'll keep it extra moist because your that bag is gonna hold moisture. But then at the same time, you don't want to overdo that greenhouse effect type thing. So what I typically do is I have a dark colored bonnet. Um, that I normally put on my head just so my hair won't be touching things when I lay down and whatnot. So at night, after when I have like the traditional end, um, I'll do a bonnet, and then I will also put a pillow. I mean, a pillow, a towel on my pillow, and I have like a special towel that I use for like a rag almost, that's been used for tons of stuff, so it's stained already. So I just put an extra towel on my pillow. That way, the extra oil and grease that's gonna seep from my hair, especially with pressure being applied to it, it gets caught on that towel versus ruining my pillows and my pillowcases and things like that. So that's how I sleep after I apply bonnet and then a towel on my pillow. And it's easier to wash a towel than it is, pillows and things like that. So that's how I sleep. I'm gonna check the comments again in just a second as soon as I get this one done so I can wipe my hands on my hair. I'm using my hair as a towel because I'm being lazy and not wanting to get up. Alright. Onion juice and rice water in your hair. I tried onion juice. Not onion juice. I did try onion juice, but I only did it one day and I put the rest in the refrigerator thinking I was gonna keep up with it. Didn't work because I'm, like I said, I'm lazy. So me trying to have a plan to do, it was a red bird. I don't think you can see it. Um, Me trying to have to do something to my hair every day, it just would not be successful at all. At least not for long term. So yeah, my onion juice was a fail. But I did do rice water, and it had my head so itchy. Like I was scratching my head constantly, constantly, constantly. So, but I need to edit the video actually. I have a video of my daughter. I used rice water on her to get her hair to grow, and her hair did amazing with growing from that rice water. And I only did it. I think I did it for like. I think I did it for like a week or 2 weeks. I applied it to her hair. I have a video of recording the little rice water journey on her hair. I just haven't edited it or uploaded, but it did really well. Like I applied it for a week or 2 weeks, like every day or almost every other day, and then I stopped because I was like, it ain't doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing at all. And then I like got ready to like the next week we started noticing like hair growth like crazy. I'm like, also it did work. So her hair loved the rice water. But me, like, I didn't see any results. Like, just like when I do inversion now, because I did the rice water and I did inversion, and I just didn't see any results really. Like, I was expecting my hair to grow a tad bit faster or something, or to get the extra inches during that month. But I got mine normal. I don't know. I haven't found anything else to kind of get me past retaining 1 inch a month. The inversion doesn't do anything for me, and the rice water didn't seem to do anything for me, except for make my head itch like crazy the entire time it was in. So, oh, you're knitting. What's the difference between knitting and crochet? I know how to crochet. I used to do that when I was little. I used to like it, but are they the same thing? Tia Boo, you're starting a garden today? Are you starting like the inside garden in cups, or are you starting like, are you tilling the ground, starting a garden? Or are you like a newbie like me? And what are you planting? Cleaning out and organizing, Tammy. That is a great idea. That's always on my list, and I'm doing it little by little. But I do have a list of things I'm trying to, definitely get done during this time. But organizing, I need to do the garage, is what I need to organize. That's on my to-do list. Oh, I guess it is a normal time for that too, huh? Because you normally spring clean and redo everything. Ooh, you're in New York. Um, I want to work out, but I have diastasis recti, so I've been kind of scared to start. So yeah, but I want to work out, but I want to gain weight too. And since I stopped doing because I was doing those shakes, those protein drink things, I stopped doing those. So, but I'm still determined to gain weight. But I'm just not dedicating extra time to it now. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well. But then I've read and people have told me like working out will make you gain weight or make it look like it at least. I don't know. But good luck with that. Working out, printing zillion photos. What are you printing photos? Oh, like for your wall? Is that what you're printing photos for? How do you keep your roots moisturized in your twist? So my roots don't really get dry. Have you experienced dryness with your roots, or are you just assuming that it's not gonna be moisturized? Let me know which one that you're doing, because typically, your natural oils and stuff kind of protect your roots really, really well. Um, so you shouldn't have to worry about dryness. But if you are experiencing dryness toward the root area, I would just say get as close as you can to the root, because I try to get as close as I can. Of course, the back is going to be a little difficult for me to get to and see, but definitely toward the front, I can actually see how close I'm getting. So I do like dab my edges and stuff like this in the front to make sure that they're moisturized too. So I've never really had dryness in the root area. And don't think that you have extra dryness like there, because it is going to be more coiled than the rest of your hair because it's the new growth. So let me know if you've actually experienced dryness or you're just thinking that it's going to be dry. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Okay. Hi, sweet and sassy. Hi, Fuji la haha. Can you tell me how to wash the powder out of my hair? I'm having trouble removing it, and I notice breakage at my hairline like yours. What's up with that? Okay, so Fuji, Fuji la haha. Mine, this is not breakage for me. This is actually my hair growing back. My hair fell out. I was completely bald in my front from after I had my baby. So mine is not breakage from Chebe at all. Like when I first started, um, when I first started Chebe, I was like a year postpartum then, so my hair was like this length or maybe shorter. When I first started Chebe a couple years ago, and then my edges and stuff came all the way back, and then I had another baby, and I'm just now getting this to fill back in. So this is not breakage, this is new growth. And I actually have a video, a couple videos talking about it and showing you how I got them to regrow really quickly. Um, but that's not breakage, it's actually new growth. And this is like about a year old growth from being completely bald. So yeah, that's postpartum shedding. So if you're having breakage on your hairline, you may actually have a different issue. But to get the Chebe out of your hair, um, I typically use, is it Pantene or is it Tresemme? I think it's Tresemme. I'll have to go look at the bottles that I have. But I either use Pantene or Tresemme to get it out. And I know people have been coming like Tresemme is so horrible for black people's hair and all that kind of stuff. But it gets it out, the powder out of my hair. Like it makes the powder detach from my hair. So I can actually get all the powder out and then wash my hair with the shampoo or the conditioner that I'm going to use for my hair. So that's what I do. If you don't agree with using that method, then you can maybe try baking soda and apple cider vinegar. That also worked one time. And what I did was put a, you'll have to look it up. I have a video on how I did it, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's typically what people do for their locks when they are trying to wash their locks. They soak their hair in those that solution of water that they make. So that's what I did this last time because we ran out of the Tresemme. So that's how I get the powder out. But even with that rinse, that apple cider vinegar solution that we did, it still didn't work as good as using Tresemme. If we're gonna be honest, it did not. For some reason, the Tresemme just detaches it from my hair. It's kind of like when you use Dawn to get grease off, how it just easily works magically with Dawn. That's what Tresemme does for Chebe in my hair. And we did try Dawn in my hair because I was like, oh, it works for the ducks and stuff, but that's grease. It doesn't work for Chebe. It does not at all. So, if you don't want to try any of those, I'm not sure. But that's all I've done that actually works was Tresemme and the soaks. And with those soaks that I was talking about, it takes a while because you have to like literally sit there and let it kind of work at your hair and the powder and dissolve. And you have to do it more than one time. So it's time consuming. Versus Tresemme, it's like two work ends and then it's the Chebe is out. And then you can use your regular shampoo or conditioner, whatever you want to use. I lost my third piece. There it is. So again, it's not breakage up here, you guys. This is new growth from being bald from postpartum shedding. I was literally like completely bald, and it happened with both of my babies. And the first time that I went completely bald, um, in this area where people are thinking I have breakage, I didn't. I was nowhere. Like I didn't know anything about Chebe. It wasn't until like a year and a half later that I discovered Chebe, and I was already bald up here. So it has nothing to do with Chebe. Because the first time I went bald was 2016, and I didn't start Chebe until like 17, 18, something like that. So it may be like thyroid issues. I heard that people who have bad breakage here, um, or in the middle, it could be related to your thyroid. Uh, Give me 1 second. Oh, you bring me a charger, and probably an extension cord. If it dies, I'll come back. I'm gonna try to read the comments so I can answer them if this dies. Ooh, I wish I was in Cali. It's staying shiny as heck, just what you have in your videos. That's how you knew it was good. I'm trying to hide my hair since during lockdown, so the only time the ends are out is some moisture. Never put it on your scalp. It's an irritant. I don't even put it close to my scalp. What did you cancel? The group? The group is back open. For extra cash, you should consider selling Chebe and Chebe products because you are so dedicated to your videos and helping us to grow our hair. I have learned a lot. Thank you, Pauline. I'm glad you learned a lot. 2 needles versus 1 hook. Oh, that's the difference. Back high, it looks so warm out where you live. Thank you. I sure would be getting interested in because I just once every few months want it out. How was your husband's journey? Yes, postpartum is a thing. I think mine is I'm braiding too tight. Yes, tension can definitely break the hair off. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Um, what was the other thing? So the Chebe group is on Facebook is back open. Just in case any of you have tried to get in there, I did archive it for a while, but it's back open. So you can go in and share stuff and see old stuff that we already posted and things like that. So no information was lost, but it is back open, and you can actually actively do things in the video in the group now. Um, Pauline, I think that was the next question. Yeah, I don't put it on my scalp. I've heard people do it though. The plug right there. Um, so no, when I was checking my hair, Stargazer, um, I didn't go by it being shiny. I actually like went by it was still braided up, and so each day, like the third day, the fifth day, the seventh day, the ninth day, I would just go in and touch my braid just like this and see like how moist my hands were. So if it was moist with me squeezing my oh it's on if it was moist with me squeezing like the braid like that, I was like, oh, it should be good then. So that's how I determined if it was um, moist or not. And then I don't. People out have said that a lot. Like I should sell Chebe and stuff like that. I don't. I'm not a what?
You look sexy. Yeah.
I told it though. I'm not a. I don't want to sell. I don't want to deal with with the negative effects of selling, like, people saying, oh, I didn't get my stuff, or it ain't working for me, and I don't want to deal with that. Because then people will get the product and then say it's not working, but then they don't use it the right way anyway. I just, I don't want to deal with that at all. And people putting out, bad things about you, because people do that now. They'll comment negative stuff and all of that for no reason. Like, don't even know what's halfway going on, you know, and I don't want to deal with that like on a constant basis. So I can kind of give you who to get it from, um, because I use the same products consistently. And that's the Nature Finity, and she sells the butter and the powder. So you can get both from her if you want to try one or the other. You can get that from her. And for the powder, um, you can either get it from her or you can get it directly from Miss Sahel. I do have big bags, but these bags, and I have like two other bags that are big, and I think this is a kilogram, but they're old. Like they are a year or 2 years old. This is still my first bag, so this bag lasted me a year or two, however long, and it's still some in here. And I actually could have had a tad bit more, but it broke in the bowl that it was in. I didn't feel like sifting out glass. But the big bags I know last a long time. So the smaller bag will last a long time too, I'm sure. But I haven't had to order any new powder, so I can't recommend like new sellers, and I probably wouldn't try any more new sellers from what I'm used to, just because it's working. So, um, but yeah, this year I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do honestly, but I don't think I'm gonna wait a whole year to wash my hair again. I'll probably go like mm, probably about 6 months. Probably be about 6 months because it's already been what, March? It's April now. 4 months. Or actually, when did I get my hair? No, because I washed out my my press or silk press or press. I was gonna say press and curl. I washed out my flat iron hair, so it's been about 3 months since I washed. So I'll probably go about six, because right now I don't feel like I need to wash it honestly. So, but if I feel like I need to wash it within this year, I will wash it. I will let you guys know when I wash it. But now, since I'm applying the traditional powder, it's probably not gonna really be a need for me to wash it besides me wanting to wash it. Because the only time I really had to wash my hair was when I was using the butter back to back, back to back, back to back. Because with the premixed products, my hair would always start smelling a little bit after about 4 months. So I would have to wash it. But the cosmetologist that I went to, she said she was like, there's no problem with me not washing it. And that's coming from somebody who, is an expert in their field. They went to school for this. They practice, healthy methods and things like that. Like, she even knew what Chebe was and some other, herbal natural remedies and things like that. So, um, for her to say, yeah, that's fine. We don't need to wash our hair a lot type thing was actually good to hear. Not that I would have changed anything that I was doing anyway, because it was working for me. I'm starting to get cold. The sun went away. I should chase it, but that would be a lot of work. Like my hair even feels cold now. Maybe I need to put some warm water in my bottle. I should check my ends. It's been like a month or so since you cut it last. Not that I know what I'm really looking at. They look okay to me. I don't know. I should have checked them before she cut it last time because I didn't check them. I was just like, I haven't did anything to my hair, so I don't think they need to be cut. So I'll start checking them just to see the difference. So I'll know what she thinks is needing to be cut if I go back. It's like I need a Mr. bottle for this for the powder. That way I can just put it on there easier. I don't know if you guys can see it like flying around after I put it on. So I think it was Stargazer was asking about how the root thing, so you can get an idea of how close I put it. I can't really see, but I feel like my hair, like I feel it right there, and the middle of my head is kinkier than the rest. So I try to put it like just above my scalp. And it does eventually, like I said, it does make it to my scalp, um, but it doesn't irritate me, or it doesn't irritate my scalp that bad because it's gonna run down anyway, no matter how far you put it down, because it's gonna run back like if you lay down or something. And I know I sometimes touch my scalp when I'm applying, like I just felt my finger touch my scalp. So it's gonna eventually touch it, but I don't directly put it on there, and I haven't had an issue. Yeah. Y'all been up to anything else? Tried anything new? Picked up some old hobbies? Some cool stuff? Eh. Or did this like hinder something that you were trying to do? Like did it alter any plans that you wanted to do during this time? Has this lockdown like messed up something for you? Or are y'all just like living it up, enjoying this moment? Just, adapting and all that good stuff. Talk to me. Talk to me, guys. Anybody got any tips for me? Not that I do much with my hair. It's like really a simple process. But maybe you know something I don't. Has anyone ever used tried the car oil? I may be saying it wrong. The car oil, like, and notice that there was a difference in the car oil versus some other oil that we use, um, or maybe beef tallow instead of grease. And I don't really know what beef tallow is because I didn't look it up. But in my head, what I was thinking. I was like, oh, it's like the fat from, or not the, yeah, like the fat and the grease from like a cow or something. Like that was my thought. I could be completely wrong, okay? But I was thinking, you know how when you used to cook like ground beef or meat and stuff, and how like if you like once you drain the meat out, the ground beef, once you drain the ground beef out, and you let that grease that drain from it sit, it kind of turns white and it's like greasy. That's what I was thinking beef tallow was. I was like, oh, they just recycling cooking grease. I was like, oh. I could be wrong. So if you have tried beef tallow, let me know how that is and maybe educate me on what it is. I should look it up. I also know that some people, I don't know if the Chad women use G or however you say it. I think it's GHEE. Um, if you've used G before, is there a difference in that? I'm not sure which step it goes in. I'm not sure. I think it's the grease step though. But I did see it in the grocery store. I saw it in like a regular grocery store next to like the oil and stuff like that. Or it could be the oil step. I'm not sure. But it was in like a jar and it looked kind of like coconut oil or Crisco is what it reminded me of. Oh, also, if you have sensitive skin, you may want to put like a towel or a drape or something on you around your neck so that when you do your braids and stuff, it doesn't touch your neck. Because some people have had like a reaction to the powder touching their skin and stuff. Even though they can use it in their hair, it can't touch their skin. So be mindful of that too. Oh, y'all asked me about my husband's hair, right? He's gonna come over here and say something stupid, y'all. You
You
stepped on
gonna
my
order that?
plant.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to lift my head down. They probably like he can sing like Baby Jeans was saying.
Come back in the house.
About to sit outside.
But his hair is doing good. Of course, he's never used the traditional. He has only used butters. That's why my butter is out now. Why I need more butter because he's stuck his hands in it and used it. And
What they trying to see my head?
yeah, they asked how your hair was going. But his hair is doing good.
Cover my edge up, man. I need somebody to save my edge up before I have to cut it all off and go bald. They can't see it.
It's curled up. But his hair is like bra strap.
Oh, there's a few people on there. Look, you got 12 people on there. Hey, people, beautiful people, how y'all doing in this coronavirus time? It's a little rough out here right now, I know. Hey, we can hold it down.
Hey, I parted your hair cricket.
Be strong. Yeah.
Your
Well,
part
you
going
did
like
that. I know. Hey, we
it
ain't
was
going nowhere.
dark.
We ain't going nowhere. We locked up. We locked up. They won't let us out. No. They gonna somebody on there gonna sign me. They gonna be boy. He can sing. He can sing. Ooh, yeah.
Stop. He ain't got no sense, y'all. But I'm pretty sure y'all figured it out by now. Hey, it's cold out here, ain't it? But you got on long pants. But yeah, his hair is doing good. And all he does is uses like buttery type products with Chebe mixed in it. And sometimes y'all he didn't even use my Chebe. He used his own Chebe. Like you know how I made the Chebe powder itself by mixing up nuts and seeds and stuff myself. That's what he did, like avocado seeds, cherry seeds,
Tell them they can do that if they don't
mango
want to buy it.
seeds, fennel seeds, or fennel. Yeah, fennel. Fenugreek, just random seeds that we like from the fruits and stuff that we eat. He just grinded them up, and that was his shea, and he mixed it with some shea butter and some oil,
Castor
and
oil,
made
black castor oil.
black castor oil, and made his own butter, and it works really good for his hair. So that's the option.
Probably for your hair too. You just ain't never tried to use it, did you? The first one I ain't gonna lie, messed up on it though.
No, because when I made my own butter, every time I made my own butter, it don't work for my hair. Like even the time I had whipped it up real good, it don't work for my hair. It worked for your hair and Kai and them hair, but it don't work for mine. Well, it may work, but it don't work like what I already do. I would have to apply it like every other day. This part ain't good. It's like wide. It's like a weird part.
You gonna get you some pain.
Look at my legs though.
That's why you can knock it out.
Or give me a towel. You honey. Don't sell my plants
I
no
know,
more.
that's why I'm gonna get you some. You don't talk about me finding on garden woman. You told me about your
You know, funny.
garden.
No, come back out here. All right, let's see. Mm, 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 mm. You knit, crochet, spin, and garden. We need a garden knit group. I haven't crocheted in a while though, so I don't know if I'm even still good at it. I used to enjoy it, but and I don't even have anything to try to pick up that skill during this time unless I go to the store and buy the supplies. But a garden group, I'm down for that. Y'all could teach me something. And the funny thing is, we were talking about this in my family group. Like my mom is a garden type person. She loves like plants and stuff. And growing up, she had like the garden outside, the sunroom in the house, and then plants like all throughout the house. And it was on my chore list. Of course it rotated between my siblings, but it was on my chore list to do, like water plants. And I used to like, I don't feel like water needs plants. And she used to talk to her plants and all that stuff, and I'm just like, why? And then look at me, what I'm doing, starting a doggone garden. But yeah, I'm down. Like um I've started. You got a good towel,
All towels good at some point on.
but it's a good towel still.
What you want? You want a little bit towel?
No, but you can get like one of those like raggedy looking towels.
A regular looking towel.
It's the white one up there that kind of look a little dingy.
I was trying to get you something thick.
It is thick.
Uh,
Excuse me. Um, but yeah, look at me now. Didn't used to like her plants, but I'm over here. I ain't started talking to him yet. I thought about it. I hadn't started talking to him yet, but I got a lot. I got about like trying to start them off. I got a good 30. I don't know if my thumb is green yet. I don't know if I'm gonna be successful in this garden. I hope I am. Like I really do. I've gotten excited about it. And I'm freezing if you cannot tell. I am freezing because the sun went down on me. And it could be because I'm playing in water too. So but yeah, I would love to. Or we can just incorporate the gardening tips in the Chebe group. It kind of goes along with hair, right? Your diet affects your hair. And but I wouldn't be like, I shouldn't be like the person over it because I'm not sure I know what I'm doing yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
You told me you know what you're doing. It look like you just
With my
making up
garden,
something. Oh, you talking about your garden?
you talking about I don't know what I'm doing with my hair?
Yeah, I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing with my hair. If
Oh,
I don't know nothing else, I done learned that
what you want to tie?
on my legs. Then you ain't got to knock it off like that.
I ain't trying to get all in your video. Taking your clients.
How do my
I
clients?
don't know. I just say something. I don't know. Or your people. You know, I don't want
Nah,
them
they
to be like.
like you.
I don't want them to be like, oh, look at his hair growing too.
But they already like you. They already know about your hair. That's why they ask.
Oh,
Dude.
I was just telling them what, man.
Telling them what? I
Oh,
thought you said you weren't cold.
my husband got hair too.
I did. Why you think I put you on YouTube?
No, I'm talking about. I thought you telling them. I thought these were new views.
Oh, I don't know. I would think. I don't know. But I think if you know that I'm live, then you gotta be already know about me. I think. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I'm guessing they know about me a little bit because they knew about you. So he just wanna feel special, yeah. Why you talking about you one cold but went and got a jacket?
It'd be cool someday.
You should have got me a jacket too.
You want my jacket back? You want my jacket back? You can take my jacket off my skin, baby. Baby, you gonna send me back inside? Like, that fool should stay in the house.
Well, he knocking on the thing.
Nah, you see your son? What y'all doing? What y'all
Hey,
doing?
hey, hey, hey! What y'all
Hey,
doing?
what y'all doing?
What y'all doing out there?
Having quiet time. Let me vent to your people. Look, if y'all got kids during these hard times, in which I say these times are hard, kids sometimes they need quiet time and you need quiet time. So just give them a little something so they can play with in the room, and you go have your quiet time, your you time. You need you time. A lot of people forgetting that during these times. Child all in your face, hungry all day. They don't eat that much. It ain't that much food. When it wasn't no kind of
Now
threat and
don't
nothing like
sit
that
here
going
and
on,
lie.
they wasn't eating that much.
She won.
Good Lord.
He eat like I eat. He if not more.
Good Lord. But make sure you find you some you time, some time for you to breathe. Them kids drive you crazy.
All right. I think I just did an update on your hair, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even lie to you. Can't even lie. I don't even know.
I think I did a recent update on his hair. Maybe like I know it was last year. But I think I did an update already. And he washes his hair a lot. Just
I ain't watching it in a minute now. I rinse it. I rinse it. Rinse it out. Rinse it more. Rinse it.
but you wash it like every 2 weeks, right?
Nah, not now.
He used
Probably
to
up to,
wash it
yeah,
every two
every 2 weeks
weeks.
I used to wash. Now I'm probably up to like maybe a month and a half.
But you what rinse it every 2 weeks?
Like rinse it, let that water run through it, which probably ain't good because probably some hard water. What it is? Clean water? What is it? Hard?
Hard water.
Huh?
Hard water.
Yeah, hard water.
So you can wash your hair often if that's what you want to do and still get good results. Because he used to wash his hair every 2 weeks, like full blown wash it, and he still got good growth.
Yeah, just make sure when you washing it though, make sure you wash it with the right stuff.
But what you was using? The kitty thing?
I use that sometimes. I use that other stuff too.
Carol's daughter?
What that? Nah, I was using that. What that stuff was? It's so expensive than a deal. But you had got it for a low price.
The pump bottle?
What that other stuff is? They got it in the store. Shea Moist. Shea Moist. They pretty good. On my head it was. Ain't that what it
Uh,
is? Ain't that what it is?
yeah. It's still some in there.
I about to say it's pretty good on my head,
Well, he likes Shea Moisture, y'all, to wash his hair.
but it might not be organic though. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move the organic stuff. Where the
He
water?
used Shea Moisture to wash his hair,
Organic.
and he said that was his favorite one. And I know he didn't try that. What is her name? The Sarah Incha, the kitty one that I had showed you guys.
Nah, it's straight too. It's straight too. Boy, don't
He
let that stuff
uses
hit your eye though, boy.
he used that one a lot, and then he's tried Carol's daughter. I know, but he said his favorite is Shea Moisture. If he even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he does wash his hair like used to wash his hair every 2 weeks. Now he says all he does is rinses it every 2 weeks. So I just see him getting out the shower and he always in his head. I thought I was like, oh, it ain't been that long. It's been an hour and I ain't even through.
You have what?
Yeah, I'm already at the front on one of them. So I guess maybe because I'm talking to y'all, maybe that's why it's taking longer. I had got it down to like 30 minutes one time. I don't know what happened. Maybe because I'm just now transitioning to the powder from the butter. So I'm having to do more. Alright, let's see. Is it still cold in New York? Do y'all ever get like a warm time? What kind of style do you want to wear, Stacy? What kind of style do you want to wear? And then I can tell you if I've already tried it or if it's possible. Discovered Chebe I used to wash once every 6 months. My hair grew crazy. What were you using, Fuji? What were you using before you discovered Chebe? If you were only washing every 6 months, what was working then? My kilo bag again. Remember, I'm not sure if they still sell it, but it's like 2 years old. So I'm not sure they still sell the size. But the bag that you just saw, they came directly from Miss Sahel. So you have to go to Sahel Cosmetics. And I've heard people say that they don't see the kilo bag on there. So maybe you can shoot them an email, and maybe they'll send you a kilo bag. But those came directly from Miss Sahel. And just so you know, don't be alarmed if you do wind up getting in bags from her, and they come light. That the one that I'm using right now, it came light. I just roasted it to get it a darker color so that it wouldn't show up in my hair. So you can definitely email them and see if they will send you a bigger bag.
They wrong for that nigga.
Quick question. Oh, thank you, Maija. Do you think this has helped your retention significantly? I would say yes. The longest, and I have a video on this too if you want to go check out some of my other videos. But my hair before I started using Chebe would never get longer than here, like my collarbone, and before I started using Chebe, I kept my hair in either oh, I stuck another one back in there. I kept my hair in like box braids or some kind of protective style, and I did on myself so they weren't like super tight or anything. So before, it wasn't like I was always in my head, but or I had like a wig on or a sew-in or something like that. So I think it has helped my hair a lot. Like, this is the results I'm getting now is the best my hair has ever done. Like, I've never noticed my hair to grow an inch a month ever before I started using Chebe. Not saying that Chebe is making my hair grow at all, but it is helping my hair stay moisturized and not dry, so that I can see those results, because before, like I said, my hair would never get past here. So it was breaking off apparently, you know. So yes, I think it has made a huge, huge, huge difference in my life. This one is gonna be weird to braid. Are you using Chebe Maja? Or are you still kind of on the fence about it? This is my no, this is not my first time, but this is like my only like my third time braiding my hair with Chebe unit like this. Because I think when I first started, I did braids at the first few times, and then I discovered yarn. I was like, oh, that seems easier. So I may have to go back to yarn because this is the part I think that's taking the longest. So I may have to go back to yarn and just be mindful of what I'm doing. Just so you can see like how close I got. Icky. And I still sometimes I'm like even when my hair was like almost tailbone length, um, at the end in December, it I couldn't tell. Like I didn't know until I actually checked it because um, my braids still look the same. Like they may like they shrink up a little bit, so they still look like the same length. I didn't really notice a huge difference, but I did end up reaching. I don't know if you can see, but it was like right in here um, with my hair length. So I think and I did that within um, like a year because before my hair, I think the last year it was like a tad bit below bra, and then this last year, within a year, I went from a tad bit below bra to almost tailbone. Um, but within last year, like I said, my diet changed a few times. We were struggling with going plant based, so that probably dampened my growth a little bit. But I think we kind of got it figured out. So my hair is starting to adjust and go back to me noticing that inch a month. So I think, well, I know Chebe has made a huge difference for me. Um, oh, well, happy late birthday, Phoenix. Maybe after this is all over, you can do something really fun. Send me a Phoenix. Are you in the Facebook group? I'm not sure because I don't remember seeing a Phoenix. I'm not sure if that's your Facebook name. But if not, send me an email. Send me an email, and I'll surprise you. So in lard, if beef tallow is lard, in lard, like the stuff I just explained, like the extra grease from cooking. Hi, you did it too. Oh, so it is the fat. Okay. Black vanilla smoothie. What is black vanilla smoothie? Is that like for your hair, or are you like drinking it? I have avocado oil too. But the only reason I've been using, and my favorite, like I said before, my favorite was black castor oil, Jamaican black castor oil, because it was so thick, so it allowed, extra moisture for a longer time because it was thick, and then the Chebe on top of it, plus the grease, definitely held in moisture. But my cosmetologist said like olive oil was the best oil, or at least one of the best oils for your hair, and olive oil is significantly cheaper than black castor oil. So that's why I switched to black castor oil. And from recently, I found they had a sale on avocado oil, so I got some. But before, avocado oil was high too, so I would definitely want to use it for my hair. But avocado oil wasn't. I used it before on my hair. I have, but it wasn't thick. It was a really light oil, if I recall. It wasn't thick at all. Have you tried olive oil, or do you just prefer avocado oil? What? It smells like somebody barbecuing up.
I don't know what they doing with
It smells good. It smells like some
Chinese.
teriyaki or something.
Yeah, cut up. He opening that door up on purpose.
Who? You know who?
They trying to make us look.
G is filtered butter. Oh, he got inches. Yeah, his hair is long. He don't he don't ow. He don't he don't like to acknowledge it. He be like, oh, my hair ain't growing. My hair ain't growing. I said, well, your hair bra strap length now. Even though he ain't got no bra, but just to give you an idea where his hair was at last time I checked it a few months ago, it was a bra strap length. And he started with like this much of hair, and it's only been what has it been? How long we been using Chevy? Like 2 years, 3 years?
2 or 3.
That's what I just said. I'm trying to figure out which one is it.
3.
You know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
3.
So however long he been using it, but you didn't even start when I started.
We started. We started.
You just jumped on the bandwagon after you started seeing my hair grow.
Never on no bad word.
You jumped on the bandwagon. So he's been like, if I'm 3 years, then he's been using it probably about 2. And so he went from this much of hair to bra strap length in 2 years. And that's with him doing, I guess, what people consider normal hair practices. He was washing his hair every 2 weeks. And he only used butter type Chebe and all that kind of stuff. So the results are definitely possible. And if you have children, you can use it in their hair. But definitely, try not to get it on their scalps because, sometimes they can't tell you if something is irritating or anything like that. So I would definitely say like pre-mix it, kind of like to try to dilute it first. But I have used it on my children. But I haven't used it like traditionally. I've only used like pre-mixed on children. I'm starting to freeze. I'm glad I'm almost done.
You want my dick?
I don't want to mess it up. I have to do this earlier next time. Can we see the back? Do you want to see the back of my hair or the back of his hair? Tell me which one. Thank you, Fuji. She said we are adorable. I don't know if she really meant you or not. But Phoenix currently he before, when did you start not washing it every 2 weeks? The beginning of this year?
Right, so.
So before January, he was washing like full out washing every 2 weeks, and now he kind of rinses every 2 weeks instead of full out washing. Truth epidemic. Normally my hair takes about 30 minutes to do with applying traditional, but I will tell you, I don't normally braid, and I think that's what's taking so long. And I normally only have 4 sections, so I normally have 1, 2, 3, 4 when I do traditional. But now I have like I think 8 or 9 braids, so I think that's what's taking so long, having to undo my braids and redo them. So if you eliminate the braids, it'll definitely cut down on time. So that's it. Normally takes me about 30 minutes to do my whole head. Hi, I don't know your name, but hi. Tiny Banks. Chebe is this is powder, and it's like chopped up cherry seeds and cloves and um, fragrance and some gum and some herbs and did I say oils? It's like a mix of all of that stuff together, roasted, cooked, grind it up type thing to make a powder, and you apply it to your hair, kind of like I'm doing, and it helps your hair retain moisture. But Shea Bay is just like a mix of herbs and oils and nuts and things like that. So you can make the Shea Bay powder yourself, like from things that you eat out of your kitchen, if you wanted to. Sorry, I'm freezing now. The wind is blowing.
It's a play jacket.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it
I
is.
don't want to mess that jacket up.
It's a play jacket.
Um, but yeah, it is a mix up a lot of different stuff. There was a video. I don't know if you guys know this, but the original video, um, when Chebe first came out, the informational video, it listed all of the stuff that was in it. Well, supposedly, that was a whole ordeal too, but it listed all of the stuff that was in it, most of the stuff at least. Um, but now they took it down. They don't tell you everything that's in it anymore. But you can definitely make it with stuff in your kitchen. That way, is that if you're one of those conscious people who looks at every thing that goes in their hair, and you want to make it as as I guess clean as possible, you can definitely make it at home. You don't have to buy the pre-made one, so to speak. You just have to get a good blender or a grinder, and roast your nuts and herbs and things like that. And I have a video on how I did it a few different ways, and it does the same thing. It really does. It's just time consuming to actually make the powder yourself, but you can do it, and it will excuse me, it will work and keep your hair moisturized. I've tried it on my hair, and I would do it like if I couldn't, like if I ran out of this stuff and I couldn't get it shipped to me and stuff, I would definitely go back to making my own. And we actually, if you join the Facebook group, there are a few women in there who have made their own, and that's all that they use now, and it works for them as well. So it's definitely possible. You don't have to buy the pre-made one. It's more of a convenience thing at this point. Hopefully he's gonna bring me a jacket or another messed up towel. And so the reason I'm doing this, it helps me, my head, when it like itches a little bit, just by moving it around like this. But this part of my hair right here, I don't know if you can tell, but it is like the kinkiest. Like it's it's a pain to work through. But when I use the powder, I don't have that problem with it because it stays um, stretched out. Good to know. It's getting warmer, but it's 48 degrees now. Goes between 60s and 50s. Still? Jeez. I don't like cold weather. Not, at least not a lot. I can deal with it a little bit, but I prefer beachiness. I'm new to Chebe. Would you recommend the powder or start with the butter? Does Sahel sell the butter? So, truth epidemic. I would say it depends what you want to do with your hair. If you want to get a true feel for what Chebe is like, I would say start with the powder. I started with the powder when I first started with Chebe, and I mean I didn't have an issue with it, but I also am one to keep my hair kind of tucked away and things like that. So it depends on you. Like if you're a person who doesn't want to deal with the messiness of it, I'm outside right now to apply it. But if you don't want to deal with the messiness of it and the smell, people, I don't really notice the smell anymore. I think because I'm used to it, but it does initially have like a strong smell. Even after you put oils on, you can kind of reduce it, but it's still going to be there a little bit. Um, it really just comes down to like your personality and what you want to deal with. So if you want to just, it depends on your personality and your lifestyle, honestly, you know. But if you're kind of on the fence, I would say start with the butter, and then you can transition into the powder. But if you're a person who wants the full effect of it, possibly, then especially since we're on lockdown and can't go nowhere, you know, you don't have to worry about people smelling it on you or something like that. Then you can start with the powder. And if you order from Nature Finity, um, you can get a smaller portion of the powder. Like you don't have to get like a huge bag and make a huge commitment to it. You know, she sells smaller quantities of it if you want to test it out. So it really depends on like what you really need and what you do and what you know want to put up with type thing. Thankfully, the last bag got were dark. Yeah, I heard that too. Another thing, if you're gonna order from Miss Sahel, you can email her, and I don't know if this happens all the time, but I've heard people, you know, email her, and they can get the bigger bag. She'll make them a bigger bag, and then also you can request a dark colored shave. Like you can request that it come dark, so that you don't have to do all of the work of making it dark yourself. So that is the option. Maybe you can do the three braid styles like the do two on the side, one in the back. Yeah, that's an option. But I think I would if I reduce these down, which I probably will because this is taking a long time. I'll probably just go back to the four because I think three I'm gonna still have to do it like it's four because the back would be too big of a section to do at one time. So I would have to still do four anyway, or pretend like it's four. So I'll probably reduce these back down to four. But this was like all of these braids were super convenient and easy for when I was using the butter. So that's why my hair is like this in the first place. But yeah, for this right here, after when I reapply it, I'll probably reduce it down because then it'll already kind of every section will be fully moisturized and detangled, and it'll be easy to transition into four. Cause this ain't it at all. And probably And I may not reduce it down to 4, but if I do keep it like this, I'm gonna go back to yarn because I really do think that the longest part is undoing the braid and then having to rebraid it. That's the thing that's taking the most time. All right. I also reapplied today. So it's 11:47. You're about to go to sleep then, Dorcas. It is, what time is it here? It's 6 o'clock here. So we are definitely on different different time. Is Chebe normal? Like, did you already know about Chebe? Since I'm not really sure what Nevi is, but I figure I think it's over there near where your Chebe originated. Ah, is it easier for you to get it, or did you already know about all the wonderful benefits of it, or are you kind of new to it too? And then there's a article that I listed in one of my videos of a person who kind of like researched a little bit more into Chebe, and so they have like all of the original listed ingredients if you want to go and try to replicate them in any way. Even if you have to kind of like substitute some of the stuff, you'll have an idea of what you need to put together to um to try to get something similar, which is what I did. And that blog that I'm talking about, she even lists like some things that you can use that are more readily available if you want to make it yourself. So I forget the name off the top of my head, but it is listed in one of the video. I think that I made the powder myself. I think I listed it in that video, the link to it. But a secret too, a lot of those ingredients that you see for Chebe, um, they are things that are in your grocery store, kind of, but they just use a different name. They go by a different name that than what they listed. Um, I think one of the main ingredients of Chebe is cherry seeds, but the ingredient is not listed as cherry seed. It's listed as something else, but the translation is cherry seed. So it is definitely possible to make it. And that's another idea for you too. I forgot who asked about it, but asking which one was better, the butter or the powder. You can make the powder yourself at home. That way you don't really have to come out of extra money. And you can actually make the butter at home too, and then see if it works. Unless you just want to try the one that's the original one to see if it's gonna work before you try your own. But it feels like clay or mud right now. I think I got some in my eye. Don't get it in your eye. It hurts. Feels like a rock. I got two more left. I got two more left. Okay. Janelle. Huh. I don't think I remember you. That name, at least. Is that what's on Facebook? Janelle. I could be trying to go by your picture too. But Truth Epidemic, that's who it was. I don't think Sahel, I think Sahel just has the powder. I'm not sure. My butter that I get is from Nature Affinity, but I'm not sure if she sells powder. I mean the butter. And what do you do with what do you do with your hair while Chebe is in it? How do you style, or do you wear a wig? So um lately, you see how my hair is plaited right now? That's how I was wearing my hair out, like in plaits. But before, especially with that was with the butter though. But with the powder, I have worn it out just like this before, but my hair was threaded actually with yarn. I've worn my hair just like that. Like it'll be in plaits like this, but it'll have yarn wrapped around it. I'll wear my hair out just like that. And then when I do that though, I do get a lot of people like asking questions like, "Oh, why do you do your hair like that? Like, what's the purpose?" type thing. But if you don't want it to be exposed, then yes, I wear a wig, and I put one of those like a stocking cap on top of my shebe, on top of my hair, so that the shebe doesn't like rub the inside of the wig, and so that my hair doesn't rub inside of the wig and break off. So I put on a stocking cap, and then I put on a wig. And I'll show you as soon as I take this one down. I'll show you kind of how I make it. um, or if you watch like one of my old videos too, that'll probably give you a better idea. But you just have to like, when you are placing your plaits, you just have to make sure that your plaits aren't like on top of your head, so to speak. You'll have to place them like more to the side, or so that it's not as bulky where you want your hair to be flat at, if that makes sense. So if you wanted to wear a middle part, you probably wouldn't put these two right here. You'll probably smooth it down and put your plaits more to the side if you were trying to wear like a lace front or something like that, because I've worn like lace fronts with my hair like this, as well as like all over wigs. This one is hard, but yeah, you put on the stocking cap first, and then you can put on a wig. And then when I was but most of the time I didn't wear, like I wear a wig sometimes, but if I didn't wear a wig, then I wore my hair wrapped like in a scarf type thing, like almost like a turban type style. I would wear my hair in a scarf that's wrapped, but it wouldn't look like I was going to sleep. It was like a stylish wrap type deal. But basically, so my hair would be like this, but it would be like, most of the time I had the four big plaits, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would kind of just push my hair, pull it kind of snug to my head, and make it lay flat before I put on my wig or my scarf. And once, like if this one had Chebe on it, it'll lay like pretty flat, because it's like clay, so your hair, it'll kind of mold. See what I'm saying? Versus it looking poofy now, you can kind of like just rub it back and it'll mold down and lay flatter. And then once you put the stocking cap on it, it'll kind of make it flatter too. But yeah, you can wear wigs. Oh, you can also do like regular styles, but it depends on if you want the powder to show up in your hair. But I've worn like updos with it. I have videos on that and stuff. But if you want to be more versatile, then I would definitely suggest using the butter, because you can pretty much do any style, like wear fake hair, like braids and box braids and stuff like that with the butter, and keep reapplying it while you have the box braids in or the cornrows in. Thank you guys for listening to me and being here and hanging out with me for this long amount of time that it's taken me to do my hair. Thank you so much. You make me feel so special. Cool. I look forward to you being in the group. The group is really helpful. The Facebook group, if you look and stroll back a little bit, you'll see like a lot of helpful information and ideas and tips and tricks and things like that. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. I will be happy to answer them. I only got one more braid after this one before we say later. Oh, if you wear a bonnet, make sure it's the right size. Cause I was wearing a bonnet and it was a kitty bonnet, and at first, like when I first put it on, it was kind of snug, right? And I was like, I'll be all right. So I was kind of like, I guess, trying to work it in and stretch it out. That was not a good idea. It had my scalp so sore. I can't really detangle my hair right now anymore because I can't really feel it. Excuse me. It's gotten cool out here, so my hands and stuff feel like they're numb. Roslyn. Hello, Roslyn. Thank you. It has gotten longer. Hopefully, I can reach um, tailbone length again, or closer, full tailbone length, shall I say? Full tailbone length this year. I think I will, because I've already seen it grow within the 3 months, and it's done really well. So hopefully, we get there. I'll be so excited. But then I'm like, what would I do with my hair? Because I've never been like, I don't know. I feel like I would just wear it in a puff or a ponytail. I don't know. Yeah, so Rosalind, you're already using Chebe? Are you using the powder or are you using the butter? And how long have you been using it? Is anybody else on the fence about using Chebe? Or have any questions about using Chebe? Oh, nice. Are you liking the butter so far? Have you noticed a huge difference in your hair from what you normally used to do with your hair? And what is your hair goal for this year? Are you trying to get tailbone this year too, or something else? I think this year my goal is going to be full tailbone, and not just getting there, being able to keep it there. Because last year I had to get it cut. So hopefully this year, when I get there, I can keep it. feels so weird to try to braid the front of my head. Good. I'm glad you like your butter. It should. If you are, and if you use Chebe and and whether it's the butter or the powder, and you notice that your hair is retaining moisture, like it's not drying out anymore, that type of thing, but you're like, wait, I'm still not getting any growth. Like, why is my hair not growing? Like, maybe you're trying to, say like mine or something like that, or maybe somebody else that you see on YouTube. Then you may want to consider some other things that could be going wrong. And then also, it may not be an inch. It may be like half an inch, which is still good. Um, but if you're getting growth and you're noticing your growth while you're using Chebe, then good. But if you are using any Chebe product and your hair is staying moisturized, so it's not dry, but you aren't seeing any growth, you may want to look at something else, because it's probably not directly related to what you're doing to your hair. It could be related to something else like your diet, or maybe have a health issue that you need to get looked at, or something like that. So just be mindful of that. So your hair is shoulder length now. Where do you want it to be by the end of this year? And how much growth have you noticed in this 1 month that you've been using your butter? The first time I used Chebe, it was the powder, and the first time after my I think I checked it the first month. Yeah, my first month, somebody was like, "You need to check your length," and so I measured it after that first month, and it had grew an inch that month, and then every month after that, pretty much, unless something went a little crazy with me in some other way, I got an inch a month. But before Chebe, I was not able to see those inches at all. You probably mentioned it, but what do you mix your Chebe with for best moisture retention? So, truth evident, are you talking about the powder or are you talking about the butter? So for um, the butter, I normally do water and then oil and then the butter. But for the powder, my favorite combination for the powder for the best moisture retention ever has been are y'all still here? Because it reconnected. Okay, so I'm gonna say it again. My best combination of products for moisture retention using the powder is water, just plain old water, Jamaican black castor oil, then the powder, then pine tar. It's a grease. It's like a greenish bluish grease, but that has been like my best moisture retention is the black castor oil and the pine tar. And then the other time that I got really good, like I said, and honestly, you get really good moisture retention no matter what stuff you use. But my favorite combination is what I just said. But even though I'm using this Blue Magic right now, and I'm using some olive oil, my hair's still gonna retain. It can retain moisture still for a long time. So, um, but my favorite is the black castor oil, but it's so expensive, so that's why I don't use it a lot. And pine tar, I don't use it a lot because I use a lot of grease. Like this was a brand new jar, but I've already used like that much. So buying pine tar at like $4 a jar, and it's a smaller jar, can get expensive. So honestly, any grease will work. I promise you. But The my other favorite mix, because initially when I started using Chebe, I had a whole bunch of hair products, and I was just trying to use them all up, and not waste anything. So I tried a lot of different combinations. Me, I don't like combining, like when I'm doing traditional. I do not combine it with shea butter or any type of butter. You're not gonna get good results. I did not, at least. But the other one is, I had some leftover. It looked like Vaseline, but it was beeswax. It was like a yellowish color beeswax. That works really good too. But pine tar is definitely my favorite grease. Um, but with all the combinations that I've ever used, like, um, no matter what grease or oil I mix with it, I still was able to get my inch a month, and it still retained moisture the same. So you can use 50 cent grease. I don't like avocado oil really. I didn't feel like it. It was too light and it stinks to me in my hair. I don't like avocado oil in my hair. But and coconut oil is what I was using last year. But my cosmetologist told me to try not to put too much coconut oil in my hair because it has like protein in it or something, and it could kind of give me the opposite effect of what I really want. So I tried to lay off of coconut oil, but olive oil is, a reasonable price, at least where I'm at. So that's the option. But yeah, any oil really, honestly, will do the job, and any grease will do the job. I remember one time I went to Walmart and they had clearance 50 cent grease. I got all of them. I got all of them because I was like, I use a lot of grease when I use the traditional powder. But even though I use 50 cent grease, I still got the same results. So I think the key is more so the powder. So you can try a lot of different combinations, but that butter, like trying to use like the traditional powder, like doing water, oil, powder, and then doing a butter on top of that, that's a no-no. That is a huge no-no. Even though the butter by itself, like when I use the pre-mixed butter, it does great. When you mix it with the powder, like trying to do it like this and then putting the butter on top, I don't know what happens, but it will have the opposite effect. Like, you're gonna be like, oh, Chebe don't, because I had a lot of people who come in under my video saying like, oh, Chebe does not work for my hair. It made my hair dry and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, really? I was like, what did you do? Like, what did you put in your hair? And then they were like, oh, I did the water, the oil, the shea bay, and then shea butter. And I was like, no, that's why. That's why. Not saying that that's everybody's reason of why their hair doesn't retain the moisture, but when they said that, I'm like, instantly, that's why. Because when I did that combination of using a butter instead of using a grease or something thick like grease, my hair dried up. Like, it didn't go completely dry, but it did not hold moisture. So if you are questioning like what different combination, I probably already tried it. So you can ask me and I can tell you before I ain't gonna say waste your time, but waste your product. My hair doesn't respond. Wait, hold on. Let me get this little bit in and then I'll read it. Give me 1 second, Pamela. As soon as I get this in, I'm gonna read your comment. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I've been sunbathing. Been outside a lot. I think that's helping my complexion a little bit. As far as like maybe if it's Um, I think it's also my diet. I changed my diet. I don't eat like I used to. I think that has a lot to do with my skin. But thank you for the comment. Okay, good. I have Blue Magic hair dress and castor oil. Just need the Chebe. I'm off the fence. I'm off the fence. I'm gonna try it. Good. Just know that if you don't apply it outside, put something down on your floor or wherever you're gonna be applying a huge like tarp. So like maybe go to Dollar Tree and get one of those dollar tablecloth things and put it down before you apply. And then also have, you know, some dirty, or not dirty, but some towels that you don't care about getting messed up. Have those readily available when you're applying it to wipe your hands and stuff like that. But yes, Blue Magic hair grease and castor oil will definitely make your Chebe work. My hair doesn't respond to the braids after applying Chebe and often break off around the braid. So Pamela, does it break off like up here, or does it where is your hair breaking off at? I am in Georgia right now. I'm in between um, Alabama and Georgia. So where is your hair? Where are you having your issue at, Pamela? Are you braiding your hair too tight? Because if it's breaking off up here, you may be braiding it too tight. Because my braids are not tight at all. Like I'm barely just like laying them on top of each other. And even when you, if you decide not to braid, like say you wanna, I don't suggest twisting, just because I think twisting will allow for your hair to kind of still tangle a little bit. But if you don't want to braid, you can try um threading. Like when I was threading with the yarn, you can try that. But if you try that, you still don't want to pull that yarn tight. Like I thought I was pulling mine tight because I was like kind of snugging it a little bit. I haven't experienced any breakage from doing that, but I do have to be mindful of how tight I'm pulling that yarn when I'm doing it, because doing anything too tight is gonna definitely um, probably cause you some breakage. Especially if your hair, like if you're just now starting out or you were just starting out, if your hair was normally dry, that means it was already kind of weak and brittle. So you pulling and doing that extra tension and stuff will cause it to break way more easily. Versus like now, if I were to pull on mine and try to do it tight, I probably wouldn't get breakage right then because my hair is already moist. It's not dry. So I'm all done, you guys. That took way longer than it was supposed to. Way longer. It normally takes me 30 minutes to do my hair. You're welcome. But I don't know if you guys wanted to see the back of my hair or if you were talking about my husband's hair. Um, but and then for the person who was asking about wearing weaves and stuff, so if you saw my hair before, it was like really poofy, but once you kind of get all the stuff on there, it kind of molds down, so you can like, you know, push it down even more once you put the stocking cap on. Okay, I'm gonna go get him really quick so that you can see his hair. But his hair is in two pigtails, and it's not like the full length that it could be. Kind of like my hair right now. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Like you see my braids right now, how they're like way up here, but my hair is actually like right here, right? My hair is about right there, I think. So just know, like, even like with braids and stuff, it's not gonna be the length that it actually is once you stretch it out. But his hair is broad strap length, but I'm gonna get him so that you can see the back of his head. Ooh, it's cold out here, y'all. So if you have any questions, go ahead and get those in while I clean up. If you don't get them in now, join the Facebook group or email me and I will respond. But I'm all done. I feel cute now. Ain't that weird? I feel cute with Chebe in my hair. Okay, let me get him. Ooh. He gonna be happy that y'all wanted to see him watch. He gonna act crazy. They want to see the back of your head. Will it grow with the butter? Yes, it will grow with the butter. That's all he uses. I use traditional and butter. All he uses is butter. And his hair went from being like super duper short, like a man's low haircut, to like way down his back. But he has 2 pigtails. Wait, my bad. I ain't trying to knock you down. They need to.
What you do?
They need to see some skin.
Hey, just because you out here cold, I mean I won't be cold.
Well, hold on, sit back some.
Man, breathe.
I know I'm cold. Scoot, stand, get up. Gotta use your knees. No,
What
not that high. Go down.
about?
My bad. They can't see.
What you want me to do?
Um. So hopefully you can see now. But he has 2 pigtails, and of course, you know, like I said, it's not gonna be as long as it really is once it's like unbraided. Can you stand up, like stand up just slightly? But that's where his hair is, and that's while it's braided. He needs to be higher. Um, I don't know what to do. You supposed to be using your good knees. I hope this is better. Is that better? Jenny, is that better? So, let me put it under your shirt. What? I'm trying to help you see. Your knees burning.
No, I'm about to die.
You need to work out. Calisthenics. Okay, they said it's better. So, with his hair in braids is like above where if he had a bra, this is where his bra would probably sit. And so, in braids, where did it go? He get old, y'all. He can't use his knees that good.
Alright, what about this?
Alright, that should be good. Alright, so this is where his bra would probably sit. Okay, and in braids, now your shirt gonna stay up. There we go. That's his hair in braids. And his bra would probably sit like right in here. So when it's let down, unbraided, his hair is like bra strap length. Thank you so much.
Alright.
You guys are welcome. But y'all probably already know that, like, my hair, you see how short it looks? But it's normally, like, if I let it down and stretch it out, it's like here. He's been using it for, and again, he only uses the butter type, like mixing it up. He doesn't use traditional. He uses the butter, and he washes every 2 weeks, or he used to. Now he only rinses every 2 weeks. Um, and that took him about 2 years. I think I've been using it for three. If I've been using it three, he's been using it 2 years, and his hair started like this high. His hair was this long, and that's 2 years of growth. All right. So I'm freezing, you guys. Thank you for joining me on while I did my hair and talking to me. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or you can join the Facebook group. It is back open and up and going. And you can see all the old stuff that we used to post about and stuff like that, like tips and tricks and things like that. So if you want to join, feel free. But I'm gonna go in the house and take a shower and get all this stuff off of me. So the name of the group. Let's see. The name of the group, think it's Natural Hair Journey using Chebe. It's Natural Hair Journey using Chebe. If that's not right, if you want to get into the group, send me an email, and then I'll send you the link to the group. My email is tmarielife@gmail.com. tmarielife@gmail.com. The same thing as my channel, just at Gmail. So if you have any other questions, just shoot me an email or join the group. And you can ask some of the other wonderful ladies in that group as well. But again, the group is back open, and you can like comment and all that good stuff. But again, thank you guys, and I will catch you later.